In a world where uncertainty is the new normal, it's not enough to simply keep up. You have to rise above. Welcome to Beyond Distinction in Turbulent Times, the podcast where internationally acclaimed speaker and business advisor Scott McKain shares proven strategies to help you stand out, even when the marketplace is under pressure. Through stories, insights, and real-world examples, you'll learn how to separate yourself from the competition and create lasting loyalty, no matter what the economy is doing. Now here's your host, Scott McKain.
You know, when the world feels unstable, people go looking for something or someone they can trust. It's human nature. In times of uncertainty, we're drawn to the familiar, to the values that make us feel grounded. That's why in this turbulent economy, the brands and leaders who thrive aren't just the ones with the lowest prices or the flashiest promotions. They're the ones who stand for something clear and they communicate it in a way that people remember. And the best tool for that is a great story. One of the biggest mistakes that I see in a volatile market is when leaders pull their focus away from their purpose and go towards short-term tactics. Look, I understand the temptation. You want to boost sales now. You want to calm your team now. But when purpose takes a backseat to short-term activity, you start to lose the very thing that makes you distinctive. And without distinctive, you're competing only on price and convenience, both of which are dangerous in a volatile economy. So I've got some key insights for you. Here's key insight number one. Visionary clarity anchors you in the storm. A clear purpose acts like an anchor when the waters are rough. It tells your customers, we're still here. We're still committed to what matters most. We're still the right choice for you. You see, when your purpose is clear and lived, your customers feel a sense of stability even when everything else feels uncertain. And your team feels a sense of direction even when no one can predict what's coming next. Here's key insight number two, standing for versus standing out. Now look, I've said for a long time, standing out is important. But in these turbulent times, standing for something is what builds loyalty. People may notice you because you're different, but they stick with you because your products and services create meaningful distinction for them and because your values align with theirs. When customers see you making decisions that reflect your purpose, not just chasing profit, you earn a deeper kind of trust. And trust is the currency that buys loyalty when wallets are tight. Here's key insight number three, maybe the most important one. Story makes it stick. See, this is where storytelling comes in. Facts tell, stories stick. A purpose statement is important, but when you wrap it in a story, it becomes memorable and repeatable, both internally in your organization and externally with your customers. It travels further because people share it. In a turbulent time, stories about how you've helped customers, how you supported your team or made a difference in your community can do more to inspire loyalty than any promotion or any discount ever could. And remember, when you tell a story, the story isn't about you. It's about the difference you make for the people that you serve. So here's your action step for this episode. Write down one story from the past 90 days that illustrates your purpose in action. It could be how you solved a customer's urgent problem, about how you went above and beyond when you didn't have to, about how your team rallied around a challenge and made a difference. Once you have that story, now you've got to start to share it with your customers and with your team on social media, in your marketing. Make it visible because when people hear your story, they see your values. Then our final episode of this 4-part series, we're going to talk about how to use distinction as a growth strategy, even in a tight marketplace. Because you see, when budgets are shrinking, it's not the biggest or the cheapest who win, it's the ones who become impossible to ignore. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to Beyond Distinction in Turbulent Times with Scott McKain. For more ideas to help you rise above the competition, keep customers coming back, and thrive in any economy, be sure to follow this podcast so you never miss an episode. Until next time, remember, standing out isn't about being different. It's about being the one your customers can't live without. And for more information on his keynote presentations, business advising services, and more, check out scottmckain.com.